Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Unanisikia? No voice today. Can you hear me? I want to know if you can hear me. I think the microphone was on mute. Oh, cool. Wonderful. We are here to discuss about companies that are legit that you can use to come to America. But before I go ahead, I want to put it clear that most of the companies that bring people here, they bring nurses. And I have seen a lot of companies training people to become caregivers. Unless you're training to become a caregiver and go work in another country, I have not heard any company here ever since. I have never met even a single person who came here through a CNA job or a caregiving job. So I only wonder, when people train you to become a caregiver, do they give you a guarantee they're gonna give you some job, or why would they train you for a job that is in another country? Why would you even go pay for that? Like, seriously. I know of companies, if you're a nurse and you would want to look for, come here like through a company. I know this company that is called, let me look it up. The company is called, O'Granny Payton. I don't know if that is the pronunciation. I can write it down here so that y'all can read. I'm writing down the name of the company. It's I wanted that in cap. Then Granny and the Payton. I don't know if someone knows about it, but I do know of a person, of many people who have come through it. This is a nurses program. And by the way, as a matter of fact, there is a high demand for nurses. This is for nurses. Let me put a quote. Nurses agency to US, United States. United States. So if you know someone who is a nurse, oh, cool. Thank you, Heron. This company brings nurses here. And when they bring you, they file for your green card, your kids, and your spouse. So about the caregiving jobs, that is why I'm here. I have seen so many inboxes, people asking me, is it true? Is this legit? I'm like, I don't know, because why would someone tell you to go to school and pay like 60,000 to train you to become something that they cannot offer where you are? How are you going to get here? Just to be reminded, in order for you, Jojo, can you tell Luca to reduce the volume a little bit? In order for you to get to the United States, you need to go to the embassy, and it has to be you. You have to take yourself to the embassy, and the embassy will approve your visa, or they will not approve your visa. So when you go train for a course, you are supposed to make sure that that course is available where you are, because the school that is training you for the course, they do not have any power, they do not have any capability of offering you a visa so that you can come to the United States. And I will reiterate this: in order for you to work here in the United States, you still need to be, they still need to train you. It does not mean because you trained in Kenya, you will come here directly going to work. No, you will have to be recertified here in order to work. So I don't know what they tell you or how they explain it to you, but the truth is, whatever you are training for, if you are thinking you will come and work in America, just be ready to come here and retrain again, because they cannot take a certificate from Kenya or wherever you are training from, and use it here. In my thinking, before you even enroll in that course, ask that person, where are you going to post me? Because you cannot tell me to go do engineering and there are no positions for engineering jobs wherever I am. Like, all I know is that caregiving jobs will in future peak in Kenya and other African countries. But what I'm not sure about is, what is the hype about? Do they tell you that they're going to provide you with jobs, or do they tell you eventually when you come to America, you're going to have that advantage because you went through the course? Because that is a scam. It does not matter unless they are working one-on-one with an agency that is a school in America, a school in America, and they give you a certificate that is showing you trained in America, meaning the school is based in America, not elsewhere. I feel so bad that people are so much, they have a lot of urge to come to America to a certain point that they don't care. Whatever route that they are being directed to, they just go blindly. There are other people who are being told they can come here, or be an agency that gives people visas. We're going to find you a visa and you're going to pay us maybe, let's say, 500,000 or 100,000 or 200,000 to get you a visa. Just be advised that you will never get a visa through someone else. You will always have to go to the embassy. You go for the interview, they approve or they don't, because the power for visas is only with the embassy of the United States in your country, wherever you are based. So if someone comes to you telling you they are an agency and they are bringing people to America and they have brought several people, just ask them who are the several people, because people are being lied to, and you're gonna get conned over and over, because you have gotten to a point of desperation such that you don't care what you are being told. All you care about is that you're going to get to America. Let me tell you something. If God has said, or if God has purposed that one day you will land here, you will. Trust me, you will. And there is nothing that will hinder that. And talking about CNAs, right about now, depending with the state, you can get from $20 an hour as a CNA. And that only depends with the state that you are in, but you can get from $20 and up or $18 and up, depending with your experience and the state that you are in. Okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about is that apart from the nursing agencies, any other agency that you're going to come across, people telling you, I don't know they are located where. I have had people telling me it is true, and they know it is true because the company has brought several people. I'll be like, let me talk to that person who is in the United States. And that doesn't even give you a guarantee, because they team up with people and they make a group of people who scams people by being in the United States. This is a collaboration of people in the United States. We are Kenyans. Let me talk about Kenyans. We are Kenyans. You know how the drill goes. There are people in the United States who witnesses or who gives a summary or a narrative of how they were brought. So these are people already in the United States, but this agency is kind of like showing you these are the people that they have already helped. I don't know how many times I gotta say this, but unless someone takes you to the embassy as you, because you have to appear physically at the embassy, there is nobody who will ever go to the embassy, do an interview for you, and bring the visa to you, hand it over to you. That's a lie. If in any case someone does not tell you, you gotta go to the embassy and represent yourself, and the embassy will make a decision. The decision is not a yes or no. The decision is whatever the embassy gonna find out at the end of your interview. Another thing I would want you to know, if you want to pay someone to coach you what to say at the embassy, I don't know how it works, but the questions are very random. It is not a specific question that's gonna be asked. If at all it was specific questions, then so many people would have mastered it since the 80s, since the 70s, since the embassy was formed in Kenya or wherever is your capital city. So someone telling you to pay them 200,000 in order for them to coach you what to say at the embassy, it's like me going for an interview and then I know the question that they're going to ask me. Nobody knows the question they're going to ask you, because it depends with your CV. No, not your CV, your history that you have stated, what you do, who you are, where you work, where you are going, who you are going to, what you are going to do. There is so much about the interview that nobody can master the questions. So if someone tells you to pay them so that they can give you a more Kenya of what the questions are, they are just scamming you, because at the end of the day, you'll be frustrated when you don't get the visa, because they don't have the power to give you any visa to America. And I read the question, embassy unajipeleka solo ni shortcut. Yeah, embassy, you have to go there by yourself physically. Hi, Essie, please tell us about military and how they are paid. I might say very little about the military, because I don't know so much about the military, because I've never been in the field and I have never actually questioned, but I know they used to start off at like $18 an hour back then. So maybe right now they are way over that. And like I said, it depends with your training and experience and everything. But it is easier here in America to join the military. It is very easy than in other parts of the world, because I believe in America they have reduced the qualifications that they ask. Okay, so tell me about those companies you've been sending me about that are bringing you guys to America at a pay. Let me see this. I'm looking for a certain message. Someone was telling me about how they're gonna come here with a certain agency. Saramugo, did I answer your question? I'm looking for a certain message. I don't know if I got lost with the other phone. I cannot find it, but I wanted to see what the company was being called. But as a matter of fact, there is no single company that I know, other than all the companies that bring people through nursing program. And I have seen people come here, like real people. It's not like it's something I'm saying that does not exist. I have seen people coming here with the nursing program, and I am 100% sure it's a legit company. If you can go back to school and take a nursing course if you have a dream of coming to America. You might think it's gonna take forever, but just go and graduate with a registered nurse course, and then you will open so many doors for you to go to Canada, for you to go to Australia, for you to go to the UK, for you to come to America. So many doors. And I know nursing is not a thing for everybody, but what I'm saying is that it is a door, another door. It is a door, and if you are willing to pay the price, when you get to America or Canada, you will get a lot of, like, a high pay, such that all the years that you have been without a job will be paid back like this. The fee ya CNA ukiwa states ni how much? The fee of becoming a CNA, that is a nurse assistant in America, it's around $750, and it's between $650 to $760. That is in US dollars. Hi, yes, I'm in Nyeri. Where did you apply your green card? I applied my green card in Nairobi, off Du Bois Road, and in a house called Saint Bakita House. But I don't know if the guy still operates from that house. That is the first floor, room 3, I guess. But I don't know if the guy still operates from that house. But I can give you his contacts, and then you can go and get your application done there. And B, note better, he charges for his time, but green card is free. But if you find someone to file for you, then they gonna charge you a fee of their time, okay? So you can inbox me through my Facebook, Essie Wakago or Essie Kago, and then I'll send you his number. Actually, let me pin it here for the sake of many. I'm gonna pin it here for the sake of many instead of inbox, because sometimes I'm very poor at responding inboxes. 0722. I did ask him if I can share his number last time, so I think he's okay. He's 17 for 80. So that is his number, and his name is Mr. Kigera. Yeah, you can call him. Be straight to the point. He's an old guy, so don't beat around the bush. Usiende hapo kuandika. Don't go writing the short names of Sasa, ya XX. So that is his number, and you can go and get help from him, but you will have to pay. Remember, guys, you need to already have your 2 passports. Get a 2x2 passport for your entire family. Passports are supposed to be per head. So if you have 4 people in your family, you need 4 passports, but you need 1 application per primary applicant. I don't know if you understand what I mean by that. You cannot submit each person. No. Go back, Junior. Jojo, get this boy for me before he drops the lights. So you need to have passport for each person, but you can only submit 1 application bearing the entire family per primary applicant. So if you are a husband and a wife, you can submit each separately, but include the whole family in your application, because it's gonna go in as a separate account. All right. No problem, Saramuhoro. Saramugo. Yes, Madam Wakago, thanks for live presentation. You said she co-host, but does not also give affidavit of support. Kenya demands it. I am a Ugandan. Hi, James. Yes, I said she co-host does host, and she also told me that she can connect you with a person who can provide you with the affidavit of support. And I do not know if this time round they still need the affidavit of support, like the tax transcripts, but I'm gonna find out. But if you can talk with Shiko Hope, she can hook you up with someone who does that. That is what she told me, because I talked to her about it. I wanted to find out because someone else said the same, but that was her answer, that she can provide you with someone who can provide you with the affidavit of support. I'm taking some tea. So just note that before you get conned, you're supposed to find out if someone tells you they have an agency that can bring you to America. Why do they need you to find a host? Why do they need you to pay them and not the embassy? And when the deal is too good, just think twice. That is what I'm going to say. If the deal is too good, think twice and learn how to wait for God. You can come here with school. You can come here with a visit, which nowadays is very tight, actually. You can come here with a what? With a tourism visa. You can come here with a work visa. Those of you who have organizations that are very concrete, meaning they are big companies, you can be able to take advantage of that. Those of you who sell megunda, who have companies and houses, I believe you can get a visa for coming here for business, a business visa. Okay? Winnie, I see that. You can come here with tourism. School is the easiest. You can come here with a visit visa, which is not a guarantee. And remember, if you ask me to invite you, I would invite you, yes. But what would I say is the reason for inviting you? You are not my sister. You are not my relative. I do not have a graduation. I do not have any event that is coming up. What is the reason that I'm going to give the embassy of why I'm inviting you? And this is a point so many people skip. You come to me, you want me to invite you here. Yes. What do I write? The reason is because the reason is what determines if the embassy can give you a visa. If I invite you just for a visit and we are not related, you are not my relative, how concrete is that reason for them to endorse you to come to America? For you to be granted the visa, they need to have, or the reason has to be a very good reason that can convince them the need for you to come. Imagine nowadays, they even don't give people visa, even with the reasons for like a funeral, to attend a funeral, they would deny them. So think about a visit visa. You going to the embassy, we are not related because they know my relatives. I wrote down everybody. Even my shosho is there. Her name is there. Like they ask you even the name of your maiden name, your mother's maiden name. So they know like your entire clan somehow. So if I invite you and then you go to the embassy, they know kind of like we are not related. And somehow Wazungus, they are very observant. They would be able to tell if your eyes, they can tell if you are not confident with what you are talking about, and they will know for real you're not related in any way, following the questions that they are asking you. So when you go to the embassy, there are 3 things that can make you be denied a visa like this. First one, not being confident. The way you are answering questions, your body language. Secondly, the reason of your visit. The third one is if they feel like it is not a reason enough for you to come, or if they feel in their mind the reason you are giving is not enough for them to endorse that visa. When I went for the interview for my green card, just to let you know, that is how serious the embassy is with visas. I didn't know I was supposed to have sent my high school certificate ahead of time so that by the time I'm attending the visa interview, they will have it and they can compare with what I already have, because you carry your documents and then you're supposed to have sent the education, your education certificate through DHL directly from Mutihani House to them. So I went there, I was interviewed, I was asked when I graduated my high school. That was the question I was asked. That is why I'm telling you, the questions they ask you are very personal. It is not something someone can coach you what to say. No. They asked me, what year did you graduate your high school? Remember, me in Kenya and graduate, they don't work together. Graduate in us, as Kenyans, it is university or college. High school, it is just a high school certificate. So I said, pardon, can you ask that again? I didn't get that question. She repeated the question, what year did you graduate your high school? I said, the year. She looked at my documents, but then she went to pull up from the computer. She didn't find she didn't find the other certificate that was supposed to be mailed to them through DHL. So I was given a yellow paper instead of a green. A green means you have been approved. Yellow, it means then they need more evidence. And is it orange? It means you have been denied. So I was so frustrated because I had already paid the 30,000 interview fee. Right now it's even more. And they told me to read through the paper, but my mind was already very much unstable. By then, I couldn't fathom how I'm going to lose the medical and the interview money. So I couldn't even read. So I went to someone and I told them, can you read this for me? Like, that is how crazy it was. So they told me they need you to go and send your high school certificate. And by then they had already given me back my passport, meaning they are not going to stamp the visa. They are not gonna be left with them to stamp the visa. So I was so frustrated. I was so mad. I was everything all together. So I went and I sent in the high school certificate, and that is when they called me to tell me to drop off my passport so that they can stamp the visas. It is that much serious when I tell you that the embassy is always very serious with what you say, what you write down. They gonna follow up to see if indeed you did sit for that exam. So be careful how you apply and what you say, the information you give. Just be very sure that you can back it up in case they ask you for backup. Hello, Essie. Thanks for what you do. I love it. May God bless you more. So, can I use the passport picture for last time? Aman Nipikwe? No, you can use it as many times as you can, as long as it's very clear and it has the correct dimensions. A relative of mine came there through an agency. She told everyone that she got a job at CNA. Later, we found that she is living there illegally. Yeah, yeah, I get your point, Winnie. So let me tell people the truth about coming here and living here illegally. Things that people don't know is that when you are here and you get past your status, when you get to the United States of America, they stamp your, or they no longer do that. Actually, they do it online. There is somewhere you can check to see your exit date. They let you in, but they give you a duration of how long you can stay here. So if you stay here past that duration, you have already violated your status. So what you are supposed to expect is that when you stay here illegally, then you should know that you cannot go back home. If you go back home, you exit permanently, because you already violated your status. You cannot be able to check in again. And that is why you see people, when they violate that, they decide to stay here up until other doors could open. And this is very true and serious. Another thing you need to know is that even if that person has a reason to go back home, sometimes they won't be able to go back home, because once they exist permanently, and maybe they don't want to lose whatever they got at the moment. So that is something you should know. If you have kids and you decide to come here and then you violate the status, just get to know that you cannot exit and come back, because you have already violated your status, your stay status. You have violated, and now they cannot allow you anymore. If you go and go completely. So that is one rule. Always happy to learn from you. Thanks for always sharing this vital information with us. You are very much welcome, Lucy Maina. Lucy Kinugi, how are you? So there is the advantage and disadvantages of everything. The advantages of America is that they have a lot of jobs to offer. The disadvantages is that they have rules to be observed like no other African country. The rules in America are rules, they remain rules. So for you to navigate here, having a visit visa and thinking to convert it to become legally here, or to become legal here, it is a lot of work. It is a huge process, and it is not a guarantee that you will find your way to change it. Okay, so if you decide to do that, you are doing that knowing that you will be denying yourself some freedom. That is the best I can put it. Watching from Zambia. How are you, Angela? Next question, please. Tell me about those agencies. I want to channel you about them, because you're going to get ripped off so many times, over and over, because of the thirst that you have to make your life better. And I don't blame anybody, but sometimes when you are too desperate for something, just make sure you are also careful. Someone said something that is very important. He's called Miles Monroe. He said, if you feel you really need to get married, that is not the right time to get married, because you will get married for the wrong reasons. You will either get married because you are broke, you will either get married because you are lonely, you will either get married because you want someone who can come and be something you don't want to be you yourself. You see, it is the same with the life. If you feel you really want to travel, and there is that agency that is pushing you to pay some money to come, just know that is not the right path. They can bring you here, an agency can bring you here, and they can make you pay, but remember, they cannot give you the citizenship here or the green card here. You still come here and find a way of finding that green card to be legal here, and also to be able to do so many other things that I cannot lay down here. I can give an example of to be able to buy a house, to be able to get a driver's license, to even to be able to work. They brought you here, yes, you paid that much, you went to the embassy gave you the visa. It is not that person who is giving you the visa, but they act like you are there. They are the person that they are giving you the visa. You come here and then you get stuck here. Why? Because for one, they did not tell you that when you come here, you will be illegally. If you extend your stay, you'll be illegally staying here. And there are so many things that you cannot access when you are illegally in America. You won't be able to have a driver's license. You won't be able to have a social. You won't be able to go to work, like apply jobs like any other person. You can only work under the table. And for you to be able to access all these things, you might have to involve a lawyer. You might have to find your way out your own way, and it can take so many years before you get through with it. That denies you the freedom to be who you wanted to become. It denies you the freedom to move around. It denies you the freedom to go back home and say hi to your kids, say hi to your mom. In case someone dies back home, because we are not immortal, you won't be able to go back there and bury them. So that is why people keep asking, why didn't they come to bury their loved one and they went to America? They cannot. They won't be able to, because if they exit, they exit because they violated the status. What about agencies of Canada? There are so many agencies in Canada that you can go there through, but there are also so many scams that have arose because people know that people are very, very thirsty to go look for greener pastures. So there are these scams that are scamming people in the name of, I can take you to Canada. Let me take something. So be careful. Be very, very careful when someone comes to you in the name of an agency. Like I told you, you can also check like places like Dubai. You can go and do better there. Go to places like Qatar. They have jobs and they have legit agencies. You can start from there as you wait for God and keep on playing green card. Keep on looking for means to get here, but do not sit wherever you are waiting to come to America and you waste like 10 years or 5 years. Go to places like Dubai, like Qatar, and like I said, once I go home, I'll verify a certain company that I know the person who is operating there. And then because I see him posting a lot of jobs, vacancies in Qatar, in Doha, Doha is in Qatar, in Dubai, and in Middle East. And they are legit jobs. And I see him posting like restaurant jobs, I don't know, security guards and stuff. I will have to verify that indeed when he takes you there, that is a security guard job. Because I hate it when I hear people saying they took me as a driver, but when I got there, they made me a house help. That is very wrong because some people cannot be house helps. That is why when they go there, they start wrestling with their bosses and it ends up so bad, people getting killed because that is not what they would have wanted to do. You cannot force a person to do something they don't want to do. Okay. So once I verify, I will share with you people and I'll be sharing all the posts that he shares, knowing that it's a legit company. And I will do that probably from October. Hi, Emmanuel. Hi, Winnie Muthoni. I heard about Asylum programs. Once the agency was telling us, me and my best friend, that we can migrate as a refugee. Let me put that clear. Every country, every single country on this earth, they have asylum programs. If people from Somalia runs to Kenya to seek asylum with a reason of there is a fight or there is a war in their country, the Kenyan government cannot just take them back. That is why you see the Kenyan government is not able to push them back, even though there are so many cases of grenade and stuff being connected to them. They cannot push them back because it is a law in every country to let people seek asylum from them. So yes, in America there is that asylum program, but all I know is that for you to be a mkibizi or for you to be an asylum seeker, you have to be, God, why is my, let me see why my laptop is not charging. Oh, yeah, now it's charging. Let me let me put my light closer. You've done so much for me. I can't. No, 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 no. I need to fix this. So, like I was talking about the asylum program, I know so many people that seeks asylum here, migrants, not just African people, but all people from all over the world. But all I know is that you have to be here. You have to be in America already for you to be able to open a file of asylum, according to what I have gathered. But maybe there are companies, but I believe it has to be through the embassy of United States of America. Never be lied to by anyone that they can provide a visa from any other office other than the embassy of the United States based in itago Girigiri, Gilgili. I don't know the place, but I know it is somewhere off Limuru Road. That is the only embassy that will allow you to enter America. Okay, so if there is anything like asylum, it has to be through the embassy. If someone tells you they can bring you here through asylum, ask them, am I going to represent myself at the embassy of America, or how am I going to get my visa? Because there is no way to enter United States of America without a visa. And also Kenya, you know these things. Today, I actually don't have the new passport of Kenya. If I was to enter Kenya, I will have to pay for a visa, $50 visa. Yet I'm Kenyan, but I don't have the requirement to enter Kenya. So I will have to pay $50. It is the same way with America. But in America, you have to be with a visa from your country of origin. So let nobody scam you money with the reason of asylum. Asylum, I know, you can seek asylum, but while still or while already in a country that you're seeking asylum in. I'll be traveling next year to a Gulf country, Dubai, Qatar. I'll be following to see the agency. Yes. And if you have an agency that is trustworthy, Winnie Muthoni, please can you share it here so that people can get an opportunity to apply for jobs and also to see if they can get better pastures from the Dubai, Qatar, the Middle East countries. Thank you, Mukisa. Agency inaitwa Worth Start Africa, inapeleka watu USA, UK, Canada. Do you know anything about it? No, I don't, but I would want to find out about them. Can you inbox me their contacts? I'm gonna talk with them to find out, but I'll be wise. I'm not gonna, yeah. I will talk with them to know how they are doing it, if they are legit, how many people they have managed to bring here, and what is the process. Do you know what is the process, Sarah Mugo? At World Start Africa. Okay. I know there are so many companies that are taking people to the United UK. There are so many agencies that can take you to Canada, but I cannot talk about agencies that can bring you to the United States because I haven't met any. I haven't met any. And all I know is that with the UK, there is a certain exam they make you to take, and then the UK has endorsed agencies to bring workers to the UK. But in America, I don't know, for some reason, the only path that has ever been open is for nurses. That is why I'm telling you, someone will tell you they are bringing people here to work, and then you will get here with a visa of a visit visa, B1, B2. And they are telling you are coming here with a work visa. If someone can bring you here to work, tell them to give you a work visa. Tell them to give you a work visa. If it is a B1, B2, that's a lie. You're going to come here and struggle looking for work because you are not allowed to work with B1, B2. So, mind you, when someone tells you they can provide you with a work visa, ask them to give you a work visa. Let me give you the number for work visa so that you get to know what you are paying for. Otherwise, you will come here and get stuck. With a work visa, you can come and go. But if it is not a work visa, then it is a B1, B2. meaning you can only be here for a certain period. And when you get in through any port of entry, you're supposed to check how long were you given to stay. And it states categorically that you cannot work while you stay. So be wise not to go asking for jobs, thinking that you are here on a work visa and then they're going to arrest you. Let me see work visa category. USA category. So there are several of them. The work visa, your work visa shouldn't be reading anything more than, that is H1B, H2B, H2A, L1, J1, EB3, EB2, EB1, EB5, H1C. So if it is your visa that is on that stamp is not reading any of those, then you do not have to believe them. So for H1B visas, it is for people who are specified professionals or academic field with special experience. Okay, for H2A and H2B, they are visa for seasonal or peak load temporary workers in an agricultural setting. Yeah. I visas are for any eligible member of the foreign press, including reporters, films, crews, editors, people who are in the media. They can come here to work as with a work visa. And also the L visas, they are for those who are temporary, transferring within a company at which they already work. Some companies have their work here. There are companies who are based in Kenya and they can also be found in America. You can be transferred here and you come with a job visa. All visas are for those with extraordinary, exceptional abilities or achievements across industries. And then the P visas, they are for those who excel in performance, athletics, artistic endeavors like Asamido, like Diamond. They can come here because they are in this category of the P visas, which is let me go back. No. Go back. Jojo, get this boy of mine. So you are supposed to know and ask about the visa you are being granted and be sure before you pay anything. Okay? So the R visas are extended to non-immigrant religious workers. Also, pastors and church leaders can come here under these visas. Okay? So before you come here, just make sure you know the visa that you got so that when you come here, you behave accordingly. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in a mess. So there is the EB2 visas, which are available for professionals holding an advanced degree or foreign equivalent who can prove at least 10 years of experience in a field, or those who employment is the national interest of the US. Mostly the American, before they grant you visa, they want to know that the center interest is them. So I think there are so many visas, but people just focus with several of them. And if you know you have been working for a company for a certain, maybe let's say 10 years and plus, and you have a rank, you can use that to apply for a visa. And you can say you are coming here to tour the United States and maybe get to interact with people that work in the same field that you have been working to get more experience. There are so many reasons you can give, and you never know. You never know you can get a visa. About the agency for Middle East, I have heard of Elmville agency from content creator who are based in Qatar. Not so sure about them, but they are highly recommended. Yes, if you have any highly recommended agency that can take people to Dubai, not just the Middle East, you can go to Dubai and excel there. Greetings, how are you, Katrina? Although one should do his or her due diligence, I am still waiting to turn 21 years since you can't work there if you are not 21 years and above. Yeah, you can keep on learning about the Jojo. Jojo, get Junior for me. So you can also keep on trying the student visas. The student visas are very easy, by the way, as long as you can provide the bank statement. And I told you guys, if you come here as a student and you are coming from Africa, of course you have an activity. You must be an athletic, a footballer, something that the school can benefit from you and they're gonna pay you a whole scholarship. I'm talking this out of experience. If you can do something for the school, they can pay for your scholarship. If I was you, I would be a runner, marathoner, that. I would be competing for the school. This is not something so huge like the Boston Marathon. It's not like that. This is just for the school competition against a school. So that is not too hard. So they also say um, curricular practical training, optional practical training, completion of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So F1 visas are for academic students enrolled accredited academic institutions. That is what I am trying to explain here. Students may work. Remember, when you come here as a student, you can work, but they limit the amount of work that you can do because they still want you to keep the status of student. Let me explain further. When you are here as a student, you have to pay for the fee, the school fees. So they allow you to work a certain hours for you to be able to sustain yourself because you need a car, you need gas, you need to eat, you need to dress, and all that. And also, you need the education materials. But may accept on campus employment subject to conditions and restrictions. You can work, but it is very subject to restrictions and conditions. All right. Let me tell you, let me give you a secret. If you finish school so many years ago and you would want to try to come here with a school visa, then you have to apply for a university. You can apply for a university and then you can transfer that to a college. A community college, there are colleges in the United States that are very much cheaper to pay than a university. When you transfer to a community college, you lower your school fees. That way, you would have to work so hard to pay for your school. So you can come here through the university because it is easier, because in most cases, the colleges would want to pick students that just completed high school, maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago. But if you would want to try to come here with a school, you can apply for a university. And then when you come here, you are allowed to change that into a community college, and the fee will be lower than the university fee. Hi, Katrina. Hi, Esther Mwagi. What are chances of one getting an F2 visa? Like I told you, be confident when you are getting interviewed. Look at them, do not nod, because we African, we think like when you look at someone like this, you don't have manners. In America, it is the other way around. When they see that you do not want to look at them, they assume you are lying or your information is not correct. So be confident, and give answers that you can back up. You can even back up with like 2 statements, but never answer something that you're not asked. Do not give information that wasn't asked. That you contradict. Watching you from Nairobi. Hi, Ruth Wanjiro. Lucy Maina, a friend told me to pay 700K to go to USA. I then remembered you once mentioned that there are no agencies to take people to USA apart from a few nursing agencies where knowledge is power. Thank you. I don't know how you pay 700,000. My God, that is a lot of money. And then you come here, you are not free to live here because they are not giving you a green card. All they are doing is to coach you what to go say at the embassy, nothing else, nothing beyond. So when you get to America, you have to find your way out. How you gonna get a green card? And it is not easy. That is not easy at all. It is something that's gonna bind you here, maybe for 10 years, maybe for 20 years. There are people who have been here for 20 years stuck, and they don't have any way to move back home, and they don't want to let go the American dream that they already have. So when someone tells you to pay certain amount of money, ask them, are you going to provide me with a green card, or why am I paying 700,000? Still, I'm going to pay for my air ticket. I'm going to go there and get stuck. Is this something you want, or do you people even find out that this person is only getting the 700,000 to coach you, only to coach you what to answer at the embassy? And he's not the person who has the questions. He's just giving you the probability of the questions that could be asked. Ask them, is this a green card payment? Are you going to provide me the green card, or is this just for you to coach me what to go say at the embassy? And when the embassy gives you the when the embassy gives you the visa, they act like they gave you the visa and you pay the 700,000. My God, that is too much money. Too much money for nothing. And then you come here, get stuck. You have to find your way out. You have to go look for jobs under the table, because you cannot just go get hired anywhere. You do not have any legal permit document to work in America. So is this the life that you want? You cannot even go back to school and advance your career. You cannot do anything other than remain under the table forever up until you get a way of acquiring a green card. It is that hard. Kindly SC emphasize on the required bank statement based on student visa. Thank you so much. Yeah. When you're coming here and when you apply for a school, let's say you applied for a school through Oral Roberts University in Oklahoma, they will need you to show them a bank statement of up to 2 million or over, depending with the course that you are taking, because they charge you with the course that you're going to be taking. Let's say you said you're going to go there and do an engineering course. They're going to charge you six 7,000 US dollars a term. So they're gonna require you to show at least a bank statement of not less than 2.5 million, or they can tell you 20,000 US dollars statement, bank statement. That is to back up that you can be able to sustain yourself in school, because they are bringing you here as a student and they want to know for sure you can be able to sustain yourself in school, because you already have money set aside for that purpose. So they might ask you to show a bank statement of like 20,000 US dollars. That is like 3 million Kenya shillings, or 2.5 million Kenya shillings. That way, you can find a person to sponsor you. It does not have to be you. You can look for a person who has that type of money, ask them to help with the bank statement to be your sponsor. So you show it to the school, you scan it over to the school, and then they can approve you to come here as a student. Okay. I hope I answered you, Katrina. Any more question? I want to wind this up. I don't want it to be too long. It's already an hour. My God, that was fast. So be very cautious when someone tells you to pay a certain amount. Ask them, am I kind of like paying this to get a green card, or why am I paying this money just for you to coach me what to go say at the embassy, and you are not the person who's going to be there? It's someone else who's going to come up with their own questions. So is it worth it to pay $700,000 in order for someone to coach you what to go say at the embassy, and then you come here and get stuck? Ask yourself, whose bank statement do you think one is supposed to produce in the case of F2 visa, the spouses or the parents, and which one is likely to succeed? Anyone can have you use their bank statement, even if they are not a relative, because you can be sponsored by anyone to come pursue your academic ventures, but it has to have the amount of money that is being required by the school, the specific amount of money that they need. It's supposed to be showing even maybe the exact amount of money or even more. And they have to pose as your sponsor. They have to be your sponsor when you pursue your education here. Okay, the bank statement has to be very legit because they're gonna verify. Very legit. Note that. Before, people used to use any bank statement. They could even make a bank statement because there were no ways of verifying. Nowadays, you can verify very easily. Like, for example, when I am applying for a house here and they ask you if you have enough money, and then I want to back up my income with my savings account, they will ask me to log in to my account so that they can see that is I really have the amount of money that I stated. So, ni kugumu. And the funny thing, the owner of the agency have never set foot. That is what I ask. Like, why are they bringing you to the United States yet? They are stuck there. They have never even visited America, but they can lie to you that they have the ability to bring you to America. Like, you guys need to be very, very much awoke. Huh? Awoke. If someone tells you, it's like the Warogi, I call them Warogi. The posters they stick, oh, we are treating, we can treat poverty, we can treat. Why don't you just make yourself so rich that I do not have to come and give you 500 for you to treat my poverty? If you have so much money, then you should be writing there, I have so much money, I can make you become rich within one night. And then you come and donate the money that you have, a lot of money that you have. You just have to be very much awake when people tell you something. This is for spouse, F2 visa. Oh, yeah, for F2 visa, I believe, I don't think you need any statement for F2 visa, because if your spouse is here, then it is their statement that is supposed to be used. That I believe if your spouse is here, they can petition for you. You do not need to go through the hassle of visit visa. Even though sometimes it takes forever and you want them over, but your spouse can be your sponsor. For example, when I applied for my father's visit visa back in 2019, I said I'm going to be sponsoring him. I'm going to be sponsoring his stay here in America. They never even asked me for a statement. They never bothered. So I believe if someone is here already in America, by them just saying they will sponsor you, they believe them they can sponsor you, especially if they are your close family or friend. Family, mostly. Nowadays, Canada wako keen sana na bank statement, so watu wasitumie fake bank statement from agent. Yes, like I said, nowadays there are so many ways of verifying because of the online banking and stuff. They will use a third party, they're going to be the third party, and they will access your bank and they will be able to know the bank didn't have that much money. Use a legit bank statement. And one thing about Americans, all these Western countries, they really hate lies. They hate them. So far, so good. Can someone sponsor or register you, university in the US, or you are on your other side while in Kenya? Is it possible? It is very possible for you to register yourself. You are not supposed to be registered by a person because you have to kind of like work together. You can go to a computer, log into a school website, register yourself, apply for the school, and then provide information where they can mail you the documents, I mean the forms. And nowadays they will only need your email address, and then they will email you the paperwork that you need to fill, and then you submit it back and forth. And then once you're done and you have verified you have your high school transcript, you email it to them. You have the bank statement, you email it to them. Eventually they will write you a welcoming letter. The welcoming letter, you will go with that letter to the embassy of the United States from your country, wherever you are. you are based, and then you will attend an interview. But before you attend an interview, you will have to book an interview with the embassy. That is online. The US embassy, you book an interview. Once they give you the interview date, you present yourself there, go do the interview, and then you will fly and come here and enroll in that school. It is not complicated. However, they might not give you. So if I win a green card, can I petition for my mom to join me there? Yes, you can do that. You can petition for your mom, you can petition for your dad, and then you can also petition for your siblings, and their case can go through after 10 years. I could have done that because I'm almost 10 years in America. Yeah, and I will do that. I will petition for them as well. And when you petition for people, they bring their entire family. For example, if I petition for my sister, she's gonna be here with her kids and her husband. That is how good it is to be a United States citizen. So I can petition for them after, and it takes 10 years. Actually, I should do that because after 10 years, even if they come here in their 50s, it is fine. They're still gonna be here in America, and it is good for their kids, their children's, and their children's children. You know. Is there any question I did not answer at the funny? Okay. So yeah, can I wind up this live? I think I answered as many questions as I could. If you have more questions, just feel free to pin them down to put them down here. I will look to see after I am done. And thank you so much for tuning in. Please like the video. I can see so many people, but they are not liking the video. Please like the video, and I'll see you next tomorrow around this time. If no, wait, I have job. No, tomorrow I won't be able. Today here is a holiday. It's a Labor Day. So tomorrow I won't be able to go live. Wednesday I won't be able to go live. I have work. Thursday I am traveling. I might be able to go live on Thursday on the highway. So Friday. Yeah, we can do this again on Friday. I promise I will be here on Friday. If you want certain video done, please write it down here. I will do it on Friday. See you on Friday, if not on Thursday. Thank you so much, and God bless you.